Welcome to a new video on this channel. Do you know which city has more than 1,700 bridges, more than Venice, Amsterdam and Stockholm? The city that has 180 kilometers of navigable canals, making it an ideal city to explore by boat. This city has more than 180 museums. It's the only city in the world with 3 opera houses running at the same time: the State Opera, the National Opera, and the Comic Opera. A true luxury for classical music lovers. This city has a bear as its symbol on its coat of arms, and it has become a cultural icon. This is the capital of kebab, where it's estimated that over 60 tons of this food are consumed daily, more than in Istanbul. This shows the strong presence of the Turkish community and its food influence. A city shaped by history, culture, and new ideas. Stay until the end, because I'll show you the most visited places in this city that you can't miss. Are you ready to travel with me? Let's go! We start at the famous Brandenburg Gate. It's the most recognized symbol of Berlin. It stands for Germany coming back together after the wall fell. Located in Alexanderplatz, it's the perfect spot to begin our tour of the city. During the Cold War, this monument was in a neutral zone between East and West Berlin. Only special guests could get close, and it saw key moments, historic parades, and even celebrations of freedom. More than just a monument, the Brandenburg Gate is the historical and emotional heart of Germany. It wasn't built to separate, but as a gate of peace at the end of the 18th century. However, its history became the biggest symbol of division and finally of unity. The gate was stuck in no man's land, unreachable and right next to the Berlin Wall. It stood as the main barrier between East and West, and the famous horse statue on top seemed to sadly look west, hoping for a future that seemed impossible. It was here, in 1987, that American President Ronald Reagan said his famous words, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall." Even though the wall took 2 more years to fall, that speech became a cry of hope for Berliners. On the night of November 9, 1989, when the wall finally opened, the Brandenburg Gate was the center of the celebrations. People from both sides climbed to its top, waving flags and hugging, turning a symbol of being held down into one of freedom and victory. Today, it's where Germans meet for national celebrations and a touching reminder that walls can fall and hope can win. Visiting it is a must. Here, the past and present meet in every stone. It's a reminder that even the deepest divisions can be overcome. The gate is the city's kilometer zero, and its presence is essential to understand Berlin. Just a few steps from the Brandenburg Gate is the Reichstag building, home to the German parliament, and now an amazing piece of architecture. Besides the great view of the city, this place is a symbol of modern democracy. Entry is free, but you need to book ahead. The Reichstag is much more than just a building. It's a living story of Germany's complicated past. Opened in 1894 as the home of the German Empire's parliament, the Reichstag began as a symbol of power and unity. After Germany was reunited in 1990, it was beautifully rebuilt by British architect Norman Foster to once again be the heart of German politics in 1999, showing how open and clear the new Germany was. Its history is marked by big dramatic events. In 1933, it had a mysterious fire that the Nazis used as an excuse to get more power and take away people's freedoms. During World War II, it was badly damaged, becoming a symbol of the Battle of Berlin and the Nazi defeat. For decades, it was partly left alone and symbolized the city's division during the Cold War, as it was very close to the wall. Without a doubt, its most famous feature today is the modern glass and steel dome designed by Foster. This dome isn't just pretty. It lets visitors look right into the parliament's main hall from above, showing that the people are above their representatives. Also, it's a good example of green design, as a cone of mirrors in its middle sends natural light inside, and a natural air system helps keep the temperature right. During its repair, it was decided to keep graffiti written by Soviet soldiers at the end of World War II on its walls, as a reminder of its difficult past. Today, the Reichstag is not only a political center, but also one of Berlin's most visited attractions, offering a wide view of the city and a clear lesson in history, strength, and democracy. The Reichstag is a place for learning, a tourist spot, and a public area. Now we arrive at the Holocaust Memorial. This powerful monument honors the more than 6 million Jewish people killed during the Holocaust. It's in the middle of Berlin and is a must-see to understand Europe's recent past. Opened in 2005, this monument is one of the most moving and abstract in the world. Designed by Peter Eisenman, it consists of a field of 2,711 concrete slabs of different heights Arranged in a wavy grid on a sloping ground, it has no names or dates, which makes it universal and timeless. Walking among the stones is meant to make you feel lost. The lower slabs let you see the horizon, but as you go deeper into the forest of taller blocks, the feeling of being surrounded, of losing your way and feeling alone and helpless grows stronger. This is meant to make you feel the confusion and loneliness that the victims of the Holocaust went through. Unlike many memorials that tell stories or show objects, this one focuses on ideas and personal experience. Eisenman designed the memorial to create a feeling of unease and uncertainty, without a clear story, letting each visitor think about the huge scale of the genocide in their own way. Underneath the monument, there is an underground information center. Here, the names of the victims, their stories, photos, and the places of the crimes are documented. It's a clear contrast between the general idea of the surface and the real heartbreaking information that makes the numbers of the Holocaust feel more human. The Holocaust Memorial is a strong reminder in the middle of Germany's capital. It's a quiet place for thinking deeply about the terrible things that happened in the past, and how important it is to protect human dignity, making sure that the lessons of the Holocaust are never forgotten. What once divided the city is now an outdoor art gallery. The East Side Gallery is the longest remaining section of the Berlin Wall, covered with murals by artists from all over the world. For 28 years, the Berlin Wall was the clearest symbol of the Cold War. Built in 1961 by East Germany, its goal was to stop the large number of people leaving the communist side for West Berlin, which offered more freedoms and job chances. It was 155 kilometers long, with watchtowers, mines, and the scary death strip. In the West, it was known as the Wall of Shame, while East Germany called it the Anti-Fascist Protection Wall. More than 5,000 people tried to cross it, and at least 200 died trying. Its fall on November 9, 1989, marked the end of the Cold War and the start of Germany coming back together. After the wall fell, a 1.3-kilometer section was turned into an outdoor art gallery. The East Side Gallery, located on Mühlenstrasse next to the Spree River. In 1990, 118 artists from 21 countries painted murals celebrating freedom, peace, and hope. The most famous artwork is the fraternal kiss between communist leaders Brezhnev and Honecker, painted by Dmitry Vrubel with the message, "My God, help me to survive this deadly love." The gallery is now a protected monument, visited by over 3 million people each year. Some artworks have been fixed up, others copied, and many show the feeling of change that came after the wall fell.
Located in the heart of Berlin, on the Spree River, Museum Island is one of the most impressive cultural complexes in the world. It was declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1999. It brings together 5 internationally renowned museums that tell the story of more than 6,000 years of art and civilization. The 5 museums are the Pergamon Museum, the New Museum, the Old Museum, the Bode Museum, and the Old National Gallery. Admission costs €18, and children under 18 get in for free. It's open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and until 8 p.m. on Thursdays. This island is not just a journey through art, but also through Berlin's history, from Imperial Prussia to post-Cold War reconstruction. On Museum Island stands the Berlin Cathedral, imposing, majestic, and full of history. The Berlin Cathedral is the largest Protestant church in Germany. It was built between 1894 and 1905 by order of Emperor Wilhelm II in neo-Baroque style, with influences from the Italian Renaissance. Don't forget to climb to the dome for an amazing view. Its origins date back to the 15th century as a chapel of the royal palace. It was rebuilt several times, with the current work by architect Julius Raschdorf. During World War II, it suffered severe damage from bombings. Restoration began in 1975 and finished in 2002. It measures 114 meters long, 73 meters wide, and 116 meters high, topped by a green copper dome that dominates the Berlin skyline. The Sauer organ, with over 7,000 pipes, is one of the largest in Germany. The Hohenzollern crypt houses nearly 100 sarcophagi, including members of the Prussian imperial family from the 16th century. Admission for adults costs €7, and for children under 18 it's free. It's open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. from Monday to Saturday, and from 12 p.m. on Sundays. The Berlin Cathedral is not just a religious monument, but also a symbol of German history, art, and resilience. Alexanderplatz is the urban heart of Berlin. Next to it, the TV tower rises, one of the tallest buildings in Europe. You can go up to its observation deck to enjoy a panoramic view. Alexanderplatz is much more than just a square. It's a crossroads of history, socialist architecture, and vibrant city life. Dominated by the imposing TV tower, this place has seen radical changes from the Middle Ages to today. In the 1920s, it was the center of Berlin's nightlife. After World War II, it was destroyed and rebuilt by East Germany as a showcase of communist power. Today, it still has iconic elements like the world clock, which shows the time in 148 cities. The TV tower was a source of pride for socialist Germany and is now an icon of Berlin. Opened in 1969, it's 368 meters tall, making it the tallest building in Germany and the tallest publicly accessible building in Europe. It was built to show the supposed technological superiority of the socialist system and to improve TV coverage. From its observation deck at 203 meters, you can enjoy a panoramic view of Berlin. It also has a revolving restaurant that completes a full turn every 30 minutes. Admission costs 18 euros, and for children under 4, it's free. It's open from 9 a.m. until midnight, from November to February. This urban duo shows the difference between the communist past and modern Europe. Charlottenburg Palace, majestic and Baroque in style, is the largest palace in Berlin and an architectural gem that tells centuries of Prussian history. It was built between 1695 and 1713 as a summer residence for Sophia Charlotte of Hanover, wife of Prince Frederick III, who later became the first king of Prussia. Originally called Lietzenburg, it was renamed Charlottenburg after the Queen's death in 1705. Inspired by the Palace of Versailles, it was expanded with new wings, gardens and pavilions by various monarchs, including Frederick I, Frederick II, and Frederick William II. During World War II, it suffered severe damage, but was restored thanks to the efforts of historian Margaret Kuhn. Inside, there's a Rococo ballroom with lavish decorations, a collection of Chinese and Japanese pieces from the 18th and 19th centuries, restored royal apartments with original furniture, the most important collection of French paintings outside of France, and the tomb of Queen Louise and other members of the royal family. The gardens were designed in 1697 in the French Baroque style, then transformed into an English garden and restored after the war. The entrance fee for adults is 12 euros and 8 euros for children over 6 years old. It's open from Tuesday to Sunday, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., from April to October, and until 5 p.m. from November to March. It's closed on Mondays. Checkpoint Charlie during the Cold War became the border crossing that symbolized the division between East and West. Located on Friedrichstrasse Street, it was the main crossing point between the two parts of Berlin from 1961 to 1990. Its name Charlie comes from the NATO phonetic alphabet. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. Only military personnel, diplomats and foreigners could cross it, but not regular citizens. It was the scene of dramatic escapes from East Berlin, like that of Peter Fechter, who bled to death after being wounded by East German guards. The original checkpoint was torn down in 1990, but in 2000, a replica with sandbags filled with concrete was rebuilt. The Checkpoint Charlie Museum offers exhibits on escapes, espionage, and the history of the wall. This place, though small, holds decades of history, fear, bravery, and hope. The Berlin Zoo is one of the oldest and most complete zoos in the world. It's especially famous for its giant pandas and its aquarium. It was founded in 1844. This 33-hectare space is home to over 20,000 animals from 1,300 species, making it the zoo with the most animal diversity on the planet. The giant pandas arrived from China in 2017 and live in an enclosure designed like an oriental garden. You can also see the hippopotamus house, an African river landscape with underwater views, a modern aviary, and an interactive zoo with goats, sheep, and donkeys for children to learn while playing. The Berlin Aquarium was opened in 1913. It houses 13,000 animals such as sharks, jellyfish, crocodiles, snakes, and reef fish. It's one of the most important aquariums in Europe and can be visited separately or with a combined ticket. During World War II, only 91 of the 4,000 animals survived. The main entrance, the Elephant Gate, is an architectural work in Asian style, built in 1899. Admission costs 16 euros for adults, 8 euros for children, and the combined ticket for the zoo and aquarium is 24 euros. Its hours are every day, from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., though it may vary by season. This zoo is not just a refuge for endangered species, but a place where education, conservation, and excitement come together. And that's the end of our trip through Berlin. I hope you liked it and that it helps you plan your next visit to this amazing city. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any of our trips. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.